take my heart away. Let it fly to somewhere far from here, through the crowds and through the hills of my dreams. Let this heart drift off to where it needs to be. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest sea so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. You're still in my heart. Oh, please let the wind take my heart away. Let it fly to somewhere far from here, through the crowds and through the hills of my dreams. Let this heart drift off to where it needs to be. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest sea so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. You're still in my heart. Oh, please let the wind take my heart away. Let it fly to somewhere far from here, through the crowds and through the hills of my dreams. Let this heart drift off to where it needs to be. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest sea so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. You're still in my heart. Take this heart and let us soar across the sky, to the farthest sea so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. please let the wind take my heart away. Let it fly to somewhere far from here. Through the crowds and through the hills of my dreams. Let this heart drift off to where it needs to be. Take this heart and let it soar across the sky to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. Take this heart and let it soar across the sky to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. You're still in my heart. Oh, please let the wind take my heart away. Let it fly to somewhere far from here. Through the crowds and through the hills of my dreams. Let this heart drift off to where it needs to be. Take this heart and let it soar across the sky to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. Take this heart and let it soar across the sky to the farthest seas so it will go. Even if we are apart, you'll still be in my heart to keep you safe and sound through the night. You're still in my heart.
I see new horizons, the opening up new feelings. I feel great in every moment. When I see the world around me, it makes me
Open to the new shades. Amazing Thailand.
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to TAT webinar organized by the Tourism Authority of Thailand once again. And today is about TAT Rome Office to present their market information on the topic of the current market situation in Southern Europe, in Italy, Spain, and Portugal. Along this 1 hour and a half session, if you have any questions, you can leave it at the Q&A icon on your left-hand side. But if you are watching from smartphone or tablets, the icon will be on the top of the screen. So without any further ado, let's get to know about the speakers of today. There are 4 speakers with us. So first person, คุณมาลินี นิติเกษมสุนทร our Director of TAT Rome Office.
สวัสดี
สวัสดี
ค่ะ
ค่ะคุณมาลินี
ค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ So the next person is คุณ Sandro Botticelli, our Marketing Manager from Italy.
Sawadee-krap. Buongiorno a tutti.
Oh. And the third speaker of today, คุณ Alejandro Perez, our Marketing Representative from Spain. สวัสดีค่ะคุณทะเล And the last person of today is คุณ Rosario Loro, our Marketing Representative from Portugal.
Bom dia a todos.
Rosario.
Good morning. Very
Good
nice to join you.
Okay, this is all the speakers for today, and Kun Malini will be briefly talking the overall of the Southern Europe market, and the rest three speakers will be introducing in the detail of each market. So without any further ado, let's begin with the overall market situation by Kun Malini Nitigasem-Sunthorn, our TAT Rome Director. Kun Malini, over to you ค่ะ
Okay ค่ะ Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and สวัสดีค่ะ It's my great honor today to have you here and join us in this session. I'm Malini, the director of TAT Rome office, taking care of 5 markets in 5 countries: Italy, Spain, Portugal, Israel, and Turkey. But today we're going to talk about just only 3 countries in the southern part of Europe, which is Italy, Spain, and Portugal. And then the day after tomorrow, which is 29th of May, kindly come back and join us again for the Israel and Turkey market session. Next. First, I would like to show you some figures about the number of tourist arrivals to Thailand. Obviously, these are before the COVID-19 crisis, but I want to point out that even some years we had some difficulties to boost the market due to some circumstances. For example, last year we had a strong Thai baht, but eventually the average growth of number during 2013 to 2019 is increased in every market. As you can see, the average growth of Italy is plus 4.4%, Spain plus 6.8%, and Portugal plus 9.8%. These show that we were doing quite very well for the last few years. But then, in late February this year, the disaster named coronavirus or COVID-19 has attacked us badly. Next, please. Here are the figures of total case and total deaths as of yesterday's report. During this miserable period, people are not allowed to travel abroad and are kept home for months. In this regard, TT had to slow down or even stop most of the marketing activities, especially with a trade partner. Nevertheless, we cannot afford to stay silent and totally disappear from the market. Instead, we use all online platforms to reach people at home, try to create and maintain awareness of amazing Thailand into their minds. Next, please. These are examples what we had done during this couple of months. Muay Thai from home, recover your body from quarantine. People can participate and practice with 12 lessons of Muay Thai through TAT Rome Facebook platform. For Spanish market, we are doing the contest, share your inspiration and win through TAT Spain website. People can upload pictures, video, text of their inspiration about Thailand. The prize of winner is a package trip to Thailand when the pandemic is over. And last example is from Portugal. It is called Go Local in Amazing Thailand online contest. It's in a TAT Portugal Facebook. There will be 5 questions about Thai unknown cities each week, and the contest will last for 8 weeks. The prize of winner is a package trip to Thailand when the pandemic is over as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from now on, the situation is hopefully getting better. Some airlines start operating the flights, some borders are planned to open the border, etc. At the stage that TAT consider it's the right time to restart the engine, we will instantly create a big demand in the market, both B2B and B2C. We will have to join a marketing campaign with our strategic partner like airlines, tour operator, or travel agents. In terms of customer reach, we will create awareness by inviting media, blogger, or celebrity to visit Thailand in order to make use of their social media channel. In the meantime, we do a mass communication in the market, such as taxi or bus wrapping. Co-ad with partner on billboard, TV, or radio are also possible. As time is limited for this session, may I give the floor to my team from Italy, Spain, and Portugal. They will give you some more details, which I'm sure that is very useful for you and your business. They will tell you who is the best target segment that will come to Thailand first. They will tell you what is the new destination or product according to the new normal change. Okay, Mr. Sandro Botticelli, our marketing manager from Italy. On your stage, please.
Okay, thank you, Kurmalini, and good morning again to everybody. Thank you very much for joining our webinar session, and I'm here today to explain the impact of COVID-19 on Italian market. Okay, so let's upload the presentation. Okay, and we are ready to start. Let's start with our background. So we are very happy about the past years because in 2008 we had 140,000 Italians to Thailand. On 2018, 280,000. So we increased consequently for 10 years. Then on 2019, just a slight decrease due to the fact of the strong baht, the currency against euro. Euro was quite weak last year. But I want to highlight the red line, the Q1 forward bookings, because last December we received the forward bookings for January, February, March 2020, and actually we were very happy because the increase was 11%. So we were supposed to recover the 3% loss of 2019, but even going up probably +4, +5. Then suddenly, as everybody knows, from February, a disaster because COVID-19 arrived and changed completely the story. But this is our starting point. This is our mission, where we must come back, and we forecast that for the summer 2021, we can be quite close to our actual number. Very quickly, let's update information about our lockdown periods. Italy has been the country with the longest lockdown in the world, from 8th of March until 3rd of May, 50 days of very strict lockdown, so almost 2 months, quite hard actually. And here we can have the image of our main city. We have Milano, Turin, Roma, Florence, Napoli, Pisa, okay, completely empty because everybody was stuck in the houses. At the end of the lockdown, the phase one, the very difficult period of February, March, and April, we had 210,000 infected, almost 29 people unfortunately lose their life. And as we can see for the map, the major impact of COVID-19 was especially in 4 regions in the north part of Italy: Lombardy, Piedmont, Emilia-Romagna, and Veneto. Fortunately, the rest of Italy was not really much impact about the coronavirus. Now we are in the phase 2 and 3. Finally, after 7 days, we are able to meet everyone again. Bar, restaurant, and shops, they reopen definitely. We need just to respect a couple of rules. So wearing a mask when we are inside and indoor any places, or when we are close to other person, and respect the 1 and 2 meters social distance. Very important information, from 3rd of June, we are able to move again in all Italy, because at the moment we can move only in our region, but from the next week we will be able to go around Italy. And another important information, that from 3rd of June we will be able to go out Italy again, and when we come back we are not obliged to do a quarantine. Like, for instance, other European countries like Germany and the UK must do it. So Italian people can free to travel everywhere, and they're not obliged once they're back to do a quarantine. Let's see about information about border and flight. Okay, the first point is probably the most important one, because we don't know if the Thai border will be open again for the summer season for Italian tourists. Because at the moment, until end of September, Italian people need to request a visa to get into Thailand through the embassy and the consulate. This is not actually much problem, because our embassy, our consulate, are very efficient, and we can get a visa in 2 or 3 days. The problem that we have to provide to request the visa at COVID-19 negative exam. And at the moment, we are not allowed to do this exam because it needs to be requested by a doctor. And of course, the doctor can make the prescription of the COVID-19 exam only if you have symptoms. So we really hope that the Thai government can take it out, these rules, and be again free to travel into Thailand without visa. The second point is about Thai Airways, because Thai Airways left Italy in March. They announced to come back to fly again from Rome, 24th of October, from Milano, 25th of October. But then suddenly, in the meantime, there was also the announcement of the cancellation of Milano-Malpensa route. It's not 100% sure. This will be very important because Milano means 70,000 seats in the market. Marketing research stated that for this summer season, only 20% of Italian people, they are planning to having a summer holiday, and 80% out of these 20, of course, will remain in Italy. But we also have some good news, because Qatar Airways come back on 21st of May, fly again to and from Italy, both Rome and Milano with 3 flights a week. And from August, they will increase to 5 frequency a week, both Rome and Milano. Emirates come back already to fly from Milano, 3 flights a week. And in July, we'll come back to fly also from Rome. And Etihad is going soon to join Qatar and Emirates. Potential growth economy, unfortunately, we cannot expect a growth economy because the COVID impact on the economy, unfortunately for Italy, is quite important and quite strong. I don't know about other European countries, but I can confirm that for Italy, unfortunately, we end the Q1 with minus 4.8 on our GDP. And unfortunately, again, I can confirm that at the end of the Q2, our GDP will be minus 10%. So about the economy side, at the moment, we don't have a very good news to announce. And as probably happened in Thailand, the most important segment for Italy is the tourism segment. In Italy, the tourism worth 13% of our GDP. So it's one of the most important segments. And here we have 3 columns: the pink one, the black one, and the gray one. The pink one is usually the revenue in Venue Euro that hotels, tour operators, travel agents, and non-hotels activity they get every year. The black one is the less worse scenario for 2020, and the gray one is the worst scenario. Again, unfortunately, I can confirm that for the Italian tourism situation, now we have the worst scenario, and this segment is going to lose about 80% of this revenue. And this will reflect on the next travel trips, because most of the people that are working in the tourism industry during the summer season are the ones that then traveling on the winter season, and most of them, they also come to Thailand. So unfortunately, there won't be many people from this segment traveling from the next winter time. This is a slide that comes from the most important OTA in Italy. Not talking about much, of course, the flight search decrease from January to April, of course, 52%. But it's important to notice, how is the behavior of the lead time on flight search to Thailand. So from the gray column, we can see in a normal situation that Italian people usually they make a flight search to Thailand between 1 and 3 months, or on the second is between 3 and 6 months. So we can consider this information for our next marketing activities on sales codes activities. So please consider Italian market for lead time search between 1 and 6 months. In this slide, from the same OTA, okay, we have the spread out of the flight search to Thailand divided by city. It's also important in order to understand how to make our sales codes and marketing strategies in the future. Most of the flight search to Thailand come from Milano. We can see almost 46-47%. Milano is our financial city where the money they are. Second position, we have Rome, 23-24% of flight search to Thailand. And then we have the other important city like Venice, Bologna, Napoli, Pisa, Catania in Sicily, Bari in Puglia, Turin in Piedmont, and Florence. Okay, so you can have also, you have an idea, okay, where the flight search, where the booking to Thailand come from, divided by Italian city. Now, okay, from the negative slide, we move to the positive slide, because actually we have 5 signs, 5 points that can let us to believe in a 2021 strong rebound demand. Starting from the first point, because every crisis have a phase. People that are more or less my age, over 50 years old, they can easily remember about the Gulf War, 9/11, SARS, the 2008 Lehman Brothers economic crisis, and despite every crisis, international flight keep increasing. Okay, so we are sure, we are confident that even after the COVID-19 crisis, worldwide people they will keep increasing flight. So coming from the past experience, we can be quite confident that the numbers will keep increasing quite soon. Flight search. According to the Italian OTA, we receive a very good news that already noticed a good increase in flight search in Q4. So for October, November, December 2020. Of course, this increase now belongs only to Europe, but we can be confident that if Italian people already started to make a flight search within Europe for the Q4, soon about Q1 or Q2, this search will move from Europe to long-haul destination. Environment, because COVID-19 crisis impact very badly the economy, but impact very positively our earth, our environment. We saw the image of our main city full of animals, dark water become clear water full of fish. So we can have a good sign starting from the environment that got benefit from the coronavirus crisis. China showed to the entire world that it's possible to beat the COVID-19 pandemics. China is almost out of the problem, is almost ready to travel outbound again. And then the last point is probably the most important for us, is that some tour operators report that they already start to receive Christmas holiday booking to Thailand. Of course, we are talking about just 4 or 5 bookings, not much, but it's a good sign again that Italian people they are thinking again to travel local destination. About the customers' behavior in the next months, in the next years, we expect that the behavior will shift from price to safe. So price discount will be less important than hygiene, safe, booking flexibility. This is another key point, because people, they need to be confident when they make the booking that in case something happens, they can postpone, they can change. Travel insurance flexibility also is another key point, and now the Italian company insurance, they are already implement this new point, and people probably they will travel more responsible than in the past. About Thailand, okay, I would like to highlight a couple of information quite important. The first one is the SHA certificate. We already spread out the news to all the market. We have made a press release. We went on the main trade newspaper. We already advised all the tour operators, and we received a very quite positive feedback. Okay, this is what the people they're looking for. They want to travel confident. They want to be safe. They want to be sure. So having the hotels, having the country, this SHA certificate will really make the difference. So if I can suggest to all the private sector, please apply to this project because it's very sensitive in this moment. And the other probably positive information is to rediscover, our amazing island like Phuket and Samui. In the last 10 years, we receive feedback from tour operators, travel agents, final consumer that, I want to find an alternative place because Phuket, Samui, there are too many people crowded, and so let me go to other place, so I choose different destination. Now is the time, okay, to rediscover these two amazing islands like 20 years ago. So they're not crowded anymore. Okay? And our claim is really rediscover, okay, the amazing Phuket, the amazing Samui like 20 years ago. So the strategy, the general marketing tactics that we can announce and suggest for 2020-21 is really okay. As you know, we stuck in our houses for 2 or 3 months. So everybody is still more close with the digital website, social channel. So it's a very important channel to communicate to our customers. So website need to be updated, absolutely. Social channel, contents, communication will be more important. Paid social media, we need to boost our post because Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube are amazing, powerful tools. But the algorithms don't let us to really reach many people. And in order to make the right market segments, okay, paid making the boost on the post probably will make the difference. And of course, keeping using influencer celebrity because as we saw in these 3 months that we were stuck in our houses, the importance of influencer celebrity because through the digital channel, they keeping increase the follower and the fans. So business strategies that we can suggest, more alliance, more co-marketing with the key partners because unfortunately COVID-19 leave us now, every country is much more poor, every company is much more poor. So we need to be together, to be strong again in the market, and to make a very strong communication to our trade and final consumer. Payment flexibility, as we said before, is very important. People, they need to be safe when they make the booking, when they make the payment, because we know everything can happen in the next month. So we can change, we can get a voucher, we can use the claim, please don't cancel, but postpone. We are waiting for you in the next months, in the next year. And of course, we are going to focus on 2021 bookings. About TT Rome, for the next end of 2020 and 2021, okay, of course, we're not going to talk about mass markets, but we're going to talk about quality market and high spender key players. Okay? We are going to focus about 3 important quality markets, the LGBT, that in Italy officially works 3 million people, but we know that there are at least 5 million LGBT total people. Honeymooners, in Italy we have 200,000 wedding in first marriage and 40,000 married in marriage in second marriage. So totally is almost 250,000 wedding every year. And sport starting for the golf because the golf are the high spender people in the sport environment. About Q4 2020, We don't expect much from trade, from travel agents to tour operator. Direct booking will be the one that will come back early in the market. Of course, LGBT, high spender, sport golfer, quality market is the one that will be impacting Q4. We forecast that we can get between 20 and 30% of our usual numbers. We are going to make a very strong cooperation with the Middle East airlines like Qatar Airways, Emirates, and Etihad that already come back to fly from Italian market. Q1 2021, we expect to go between 30 and 40% of our usual numbers. Travel agents and tour operators, they're slowly coming back. Our key market segments will be the high spender, the solo travelers, the couples. Middle East airlines at that time will operate with more than 50% of the normal schedule. We are going to cooperate with other important NTO, Asian NTO like Japan and Malaysia. And for Q2, probably if we are lucky and nothing happen again, we can really promise to go over 50% of our usual numbers, be close to 60-65%. We are going to make outdoor campaign in order to push the sales and the booking for the summer season. Again, okay, the SHA certificate project is very important. So please, if possible, apply to this project because it's a very sensitive key point. And this then is our challenging. Our challenging is the Q3 next summer season 2021, where we really try our best to be very close to 80% of our usual numbers. Of course, Thai Airways is really a key point because Thai Airways works in the market 140,000 seats. 140,000 seats means about 40% of total capacity, 25% of market share. We expect that Thai Airways can come back to fly normally from Milan and Roma, and then we can really work hard and promise to be quite close to our normal numbers for the next summer season 2021. Andrà tutto bene. This was our claim during the lockdown. People started to draw the rainbow, start to put on the balcony, okay, the rainbow, and the claim andrà tutto bene. That means everything will be fine. Okay? It is. We want to keep actually this claim and say that really that everything will be fine. But here you find my email s.botticelli@turismothailandese.it. Now, this moment, there are still quite uncertain situation, from both the Thai government, Italian government, and the economy, if the virus come back or not. So we have a lot of fog in front of us, not very clear picture. But please come back to me. I'm at your disposal by end of June, July, August, when the situation will be much more clear and we can update to you about the real forecast for the next months and the next years. Andrà tutto bene. Thank you very much for joining this TAT webinar section. And now I'm the honor to introduce our colleague from Spain, Alejandro Perez. Alejandro.
Sawadee Krap. Thank you, Sandro.
Hola, ¿qué tal, Alejandro?
Todo bien. Congratulations.
Todo bien.
Excellent presentation. Hello, everyone. Hola, as we say in Spain. Let me share my presentation first, and then we can start. I think we are ready now. Well, let's go to the past. Let's go back to the past. Spain was a medium high quality market for Thailand. It was, let's say, a paradise for the destination Thailand. We had built a high reputation and a leadership Thailand was #1 in destination in all the trips to the East, not only to Asia, but including the East, with a market share, extraordinary market share of 20-25% in the last few years. Thailand was the reference for the honeymoon trips, and Thailand was the #2 long-haul destination in Spain after the US. You can see progressive growth in the last 2 decades and moreover in the last few years. Then the disaster came. This is a global disaster. You know, Spain was also one of the countries more affected and still is. So I would like to take this opportunity to send my solidarity message, my support to all the people who are suffering or suffer this pandemic, not only in Thailand and in Spain, but worldwide. When this seminar was scheduled, it was like 1 month, 3 weeks ago. I really was worried because I didn't think I could bring positive news. But the situation now in Spain has improved very, very much. Yesterday, we had less than 200 infections. We are in the de-escalating process already with 4 phases. Phase 0, that is already gone. Phase 2, phase 1, phase 2. The whole country of Spain is in phase 1 or phase 2. And phase 3, that will be the last, we will there in a few days, in a few weeks, first in a few territories, and then little by little in the whole country. Of course, safety, security is first, and then comes tourism. Of course, we are still in a state of alarm because it's a tool of the Constitution that allows the government to fight better against the pandemic, to control mobility between sensitive territories, but things are moving quite fast, as I said. Of course, the pandemic is bringing and will bring consequences on the economy. The Spanish GDP is going down. This year is going to be quite a disaster. But also the European Union says it will rebound well in 2021. Something that concerns me very much in terms of tourism and travel is the psychology of the population, how strong is our mind, how strong is our spirit. According to the experts, there are 7 different stages, and we're still in the 4th stage of the whole process from the beginning of the pandemic to the post-COVID era. Mobility. Not only mobility in terms if borders are open, if you can travel from one region to the other, but also all the tracking devices, all the tracking instruments that they will apply in the customer journey in airports, flights, stations, etc., etc. And politics. We can already see demonstrations, protests. The opposition parties are going to make noise against those parties that were ruling during the crisis. Spanish borders, today they are closed. Any foreigner that travels to Spain needs to be in quarantine for 14 days, but this will be only until the 1st of July. Last Saturday, our president announced that foreigners will be able to travel to Spain from the 1st of July. Also, Spanish people will be able to do holidays in Spain from the 1st of July. And of course, now we need to wait for more announcements in terms of negotiation with the European Union and other touristic corridors by bilateral negotiations with other countries. As the situation in Thailand is quite good and Spain is improving, I hope Thailand and Spain can have an agreement already in some point of July. Flights update is also positive. We already have 8 airports in Spain operating. Quite a good number of flights, domestic and European. But the most important thing for Thailand is we don't have a direct flight. We haven't had a direct flight for the last few years. But Qatar Airways, they started to fly to Doha already since the 20th of May, and Emirates started on the 21st. One very nice thing is Emirates has informed us that Bangkok is already number 2 in the bookings, in the forward bookings of Emirates Spain after Dubai. Also positive is that Dubai will be opening borders in July. And also positive is that places like Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi, they also have a very good reputation in terms of safety. So as we need connecting flights, we need to be sure that safety measures are good in the place where we are connecting and also in Thailand. In addition, as the World Tourism Organization has the headquarters in Madrid, in next July, we're going to witness the first ever COVID-free flight that will be from Madrid to the Canaries. And it will be not only in terms of hygiene or safety in the plane, but also all the people traveling, they will have a special sanitary passport or sanitary ID. That's one of the things we're going to see in the future. Of course, in Spain, we already have our safe tourism certified. Spain is the number 2 destination in the world inbound in terms of visitors and receipts. Last year, we received almost 84 million tourists, and the Institute for Spanish Tourism Quality has already developed this standard, which is transversal and will cover 21 subsegments, not only hotels, vacation rentals, buses, DMCs, rent-a-cars, but also nightclubs and others. In terms of the consumer behavior, well, in Spain, we have a population of 47 million people, but we are still a young outbound market if we compare it to other European markets. So we have witnessed, we have read, we have studied many research, many papers, many surveys, but the macro research are not the best guideline for us now. At the end, we need to focus our promotion in only 5 or 6 million people of the total Spanish population. In this sense, what we have done is we have chosen one research that has been presented in this month of May, carried by the Pangea Travel Store. We have consulted with our own survey the key Spanish trade, and also we have read other research, as I said. But the important thing is we are focusing now only on the experienced traveler. The main concerns of those travelers are similar to other countries: cancellation policies, flexibility, reimbursement, budget, expertise, maximum coverage insurances, customer care 24/7 before, during, and after traveling, and ad hoc financing. What do we think will be our potential consumers, our new clientele? Well, nobody has a crystal ball. We need to monitor. We need to learn by doing. We need to learn along the way. But this research is quite interesting because the experienced travelers, 87%, they say they have plans to travel in 2020. Only 17, they say they will postpone to 2021. Summer, 39%, but of course, at the beginning, we will find a lot of domestic and European tourism. And autumn and Christmas, which are not our traditional key peak season, will be an opportunity. 54% will use a traditional specialized agency. Many people, they have problems with flexibility, with reimbursement, with getting the money back with online bookings. So some of the clients are coming back to traditional companies from 30 years old to 60 years. And the good thing is 37% will travel long haul. Focusing on the long haul traveler, we see 51 will be couples. This is perfect because couples have always been our key target segment in Spain to Thailand. We are going to go and promote and persuade the honeymooners, the young gray hair with pensions or still with a high purchasing power, DINKs, couples with double income and no kids, LGBT couples, and also young travelers that have some savings now. Family tourism is important, but they will travel less and they will travel more domestic and more within Europe. But we are going to focus on the high-end families. We are going to communicate and promote to the people in their 30s up to their 60s. And of course, we are going to seek and search those clients, 39% of the research, that travel for 2 weeks. That's the average length of stay from Spain to Thailand, and even more than 2 weeks, 16%. And for sure, after studying researchers, after talking to the trade, after getting all the results, we are going to go for bleisure. Many people in Spain, they need to go back for business reasons to Thailand. Now the whole customer journey in airports, in flights, will be less comfortable, more complicated. They will have to take connecting flights. So we might as well persuade these business people that after they finish their meetings, they stay in Thailand for a few days of leisure. Adventure seekers, every research, everybody, the people, they need outdoors, they need adventure, they need mountains, long beaches, they need to heal the body and soul. Adults only. This is a real trend. This is on every single report. Honeymoons and romantic. We say honeymoons and romantic because as many people had to postpone or cancel their weddings, we need to monitor how that will work, if they will do their weddings this year or next year. But many people will not cancel the romantic trip or the honeymoon previous to the wedding. And of course, local rural tourism, slow life, wellness, as I said before, healing, and high-end, high-spending sports. For example, Spain is number 4 in the world in terms of long-haul outbound travel for diving. Competitors. Every single one can be considered a competitor. Spain, because there will be a lot of domestic travel. Europe, because also there will be agreements between European countries. But all of the open borders world with connectivity, they are going to push very hard, starting from June and July. After checking with our own survey with the trade, they see competitors, Spain, Europe, I said it before, USA, when things get better in terms of COVID-19 pandemic, the Spanish Caribbean, other Latin American places that speak Spanish, but in Asia, the trade sector and also the consumers, they mention Thailand, Vietnam, and of course China, that is being the first country to defeat the COVID. For 2021, we can see on the right side of the screen the map that forecasts a total global market share for Asia of 19%, which is also good news. What are we going to push? Of course, those products that match the desires of the consumers right now. Open spaces outdoors, the mountains of the north, the national parks. Thailand has beautiful national parks, long beaches, secluded beaches, of course, wellness, adventure, sports. The local, the rural life, the slow life, and as well, the luxury. People, they need to give something to themselves. They've been locked up for more than 2 months. Villas, pool villas, rooftops, fancy food, delivery food to the villas, to the hotels, even hygiene control restaurants. And as my colleague from Italy said before, we want to go back to the classics because nature is back, because there will be not massive tourism. People can find the classic like 20 years ago Of course, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Krabi, Phi Phi Islands, Samui with Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, but also the new destinations we were promoting before, and that we were able to introduce already these products into the travel trade sales chain, like Sukhothai, Chiang Rai, Nan, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Angkhanom, Khao Sok, Koh Chang, and others. Well, from the beginning of the pandemic, what have we done? What, as our director explained before, keeping the communication, the networking, the reputation alive and high. If you disappear, you are dead. You don't exist. Even in March, at the beginning of the COVID disease in Asia, we organized a fabulous celebrity trip with one of our top actresses, the beautiful Blanca Suarez. She's involved in many Netflix productions. And the news were saying, well, Blanca Suarez runs away from the pandemic and she finds the Thai sanctuary. This was very positive from the beginning. Of course, after things changed, connectivity changed, lockdown in everywhere. But also we've been informing, training, entertaining, inspiring, keeping Thailand alive, but in a very solidary way, with kindness, with a lot of care. Consumers competitions, social media, sharing also all the cooking classes, Muay Thai classes coming from headquarters, live chats. I participated and we celebrated Songkran this year in an Instagram live chat, different trainings and webinars. Okay, things are recovering, but this has been my mantra for the last few weeks. Budget, borders, and flights permitting, you really don't have to be the first to reopen your destination or your tourism hospitality company, but you must do it perfect. I mean, reputation is key now. It takes a lot to build a leader reputation, but it takes very little to destroy it. So let's do things right. Safety is first, and then comes sales and travel. A positive sign, Nautalia is one of the biggest travel agency groups in Spain, and they have the coming back, returning campaign, and Thailand is one of the protagonists. The gimmick here is that in Spanish, turning and returning is the same word. So here they are using returning brings lots of life. That's why they are putting Thailand upside down. We have to do very good communication and care communication, showing that Thailand is amazing, trusted Thailand. Thailand has been able to manage the COVID very well. If we compare in other parts of the world, Thailand has been able to manage many crises before in a very good way, and the tourists, they always come back. As my colleague Sandro said, it's very important that the private sector takes the SHA program very seriously. But the good news is that our tour operators and travel agencies will start to open. I mean, the large ones, the boutique ones and the small ones are already open. The OTAs never closed during the COVID-19 pandemic, but tour operators, travel agencies, they will be opening next week up to the 15th of June. And now we can start new strategies. Something we have learned is that our strategies now must be flexible. We are going to face many challenges. There could be rebounds in some regions, in Europe, in Asia. And also our plans must be adjustable because our main focus is 2021, and we must be able to learn along the way. As I said before, we all, the private sector, TAT, must show the slow living and happy experiences, local experiences, the new luxury, when the new client that is not looking for status, looks more to be anonymous, and hyper-personal immersive experiences to heal, to take care of your soul and body. Until 2021, we recommend to focus only in 2 lines of products. Those ones for the deal hunters, those will decide in last-minute bookings, and this is 58% of the research we are presenting today, and they spend less than 2,000 euros, the whole package included, including flights. But the second and most important target segment that we want to address is affordable luxury. Thailand is a specialist in affordable luxury. Affordable luxury was a key in previous crisis, so we are going to address the 30% plus the 4% of this target, ranging from 2,000 up to 2,000 euros spending per pax. June, July, August, September, 39% of the travelers, but as we said, Spanish domestic will open first, domestic tourism and European tourism will come first. We will monitor, we will learn, but we really have the hope now that we can work with our key partners in the trade industry and also with our communication, social media, etc. We hope to see the first phases of the Spanish visitors arriving to Thailand maybe in late July, August, September already, in small numbers though. This year, October, November, December is not the traditional peak season in Spain, but 44% of the experienced travelers will travel in that period. And this will be our opportunity season this year. We need to make the most out of it, so we keep on learning to 2021. The key airlines, I think it was a research by Emirates, they mentioned we will not be in the same situation of 2019 until Q3, Q4 of 2021. But if we show amazing trusted Thailand, if we work hard together, if we give the best of ourselves, we might be able to do it better than that period. Tips for you, not only for trade relation, not only for business to business, but also for business to consumer. Communication, information. Please, you are already operating domestic operations. Make videos, show your procedures, show your success, communicate your safety and health measures, inform about how domestic transportation is working well, present your new products and services, show your special deals and how flexible you are in cancellation and reimbursement measures, and inspire your partners and inspire your consumers. What can you do on your own? Do all you can to strengthen your brand awareness. If you can have a local representative, if it cannot be only for Spain or Southern Europe, try to have a local representative in Europe. Lot of quality content, storytelling. We are living the moment of content, and share it with your partners. Everything about healing, health, running away, open spaces. Now, maybe you cannot travel to see your trade partners in Spain, but you can do webinar sessions, Zoom sessions, do your sales calls, and also give as many free vouchers to the Spanish travel agents and tour operators. I mean to the staff, because they will have to work hard during this summer, but they will have the opportunity to make their own holidays, to take their own vacations in autumn and winter. So it would be very nice to attract as much private sector, Spanish private sector traveling to Thailand again. In cooperation with TAT, there have been so many changes in the trade, in the companies that we are updating our databases. We need quality video content, as we said before. We need free vouchers for our marketing activities as TAT, business to business. We need support as much as possible with fan and press trips when possible. And also, please join our physical or virtual first road shows, or the first one that is TTM, virtual TTM. With the end consumer, very similar. Brand awareness, maximize your SEO on the Spanish local websites or local Google. Have a mobile-friendly website. Create more quality content. Use upselling and cross-selling strategies. What do we mean by upselling? You already have a customer that has booked a standard room. Why don't you offer for a very reasonable price an upgrade to deluxe or to junior suite? Cross-selling. You have this customer has booked only the night. Why don't you propose for a reasonable price the breakfast, the spa, some kind of tour, dinner? Today, one customer is one treasure. Also, use the best booking engines, and you can use also offer distribution tools such as Travelzoo. Past the 13th of May, I received the first offer to Phuket in Spain from Travelzoo. So those are also interesting platforms. And as before, we need quality video, storytelling, free vouchers for marketing activities of TAT business to consumer, and we need to bring as many TV crews, press, celebrities when possible. Challenges. As I said before, no travel expert has a crystal ball now, but what we know for sure is we are going to face many challenges. Those you can read on the screen and many others. But we will learn, and we will learn new ways, and Thailand as a quality, safe, friendly destination will be there back very soon. As I said before, for me, reputation is a key of the new period, of the new normal, and also the psychology, the spirit of the people. For this reason, I would like you very much to watch this video where you will see the spirit and the love of the people in Spain to Thailand, to the destination Thailand.
I love Thailand. I love the people. It's a marvelous people. It's a marvelous country. I love the beach. I love the special food from the Thailand. I promise this year go back to Thailand. Thailand is my country.
For Spanish travelers, Thailand is a special destination. Our travel agencies are looking forward to plan trips again for our clients. Good luck and hope to see you soon.
Sawadika, there is one place in the world where I just want to go back in the same moment I'm living it. This place is called Thailand.
Sawadika, if there is a country that I consider as my second homeland, this is Thailand.
Smiling elephants, pink dolphins, Thailand. Wait for us, we will come back soon.
I can't wait to go back to my beloved Thailand. I've been 6 times, but I always discover something new.
I've been to Thailand 6 times in my life, and it's my favorite destination in the world.
This is my favorite beach in Thailand, Cannon Beach.
Lo que más echo de menos de Tailandia, what I miss more about Thailand, es el sanuk. En español, el buen rollo. Y en inglés, the good feeling.
Savadi, I need to go back to Thailand. Why? Because I miss the smile, the food and the culture. And I hope to see you soon.
I love Thailand. I like the forest, I like the beach, I like the food, I like the cities, but what I like most from Thailand is the people. I can't wait to go back.
Sarika, I love Thailandia, and I want to back soon because I miss the people, the street, the food, the monuments, the temples, the tuk-tuk, the beach, but the most that I miss is the smile.
Sawadee, I'm just here to tell you how much I love Thailand and how badly I want to come back. Every time I visit the country, I fall in love with it even more. So hopefully we'll see each other again soon.
And it's the best place in the world. I love the food and specifically the lemongrass. And the place is beautiful. And my favorite animal is the elephant. and I have the opportunity to spend the day with them in the elephant camp in Chiang Mai, and I love Thailand.
Well, Sawadee-Kap, thank you very much. I'm sure that with this spirit, we will do great things together and soon in the future. And now it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our dear colleague from the Portuguese market, Rosario Louro, the marketing representative of TAT in Portugal. Thank you, gracias, Kokumaka.
Thank you, Alejandro. Nice presentation. Hello, everybody. I'm back again. Let's share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the past. As you see in this graphic, we have been increasing very fast, like a percentage of an average percentage of 10% a year, both by nationality and country of residence. The position, how does the Portuguese see Thailand? The position of Thailand in Portugal is really very, very good. Thailand is considered a dream destination, a dream multi-product destination for high-end markets, mainly. The reputation, which Alejandro spoke about, is very good also in Portugal. Thailand is considered a safe destination, value for money, with very nice people, great hotels and services, nice shopping, exotic gastronomy, and we have the perception that Thailand has beautiful landscapes, wonderful beaches, safe country, and only the monsoons are sometimes considered a problem because we look for for Thailand as a beach destination. But even though we have been working on that, and it's not a big issue anymore. So for the Portuguese market, until the coronavirus problem, Thailand was a goal to achieve and an experience to repeat. It is the #1 destination in Asia in the Portuguese market. So what happened with the coronavirus? We had about 30,000 infected and 1,300 deaths. It was not a big issue, not like in Italy and Spain. We had the first case in March. The state of emergency was decreed on March 20, and we are now already opening and will probably be back in a new normal after June 1st. So our health services never break. The Portuguese have been very cautious, and people are following all recommendations without complaining. And the government is spending a huge amount of money to support the economy and avoid unemployment. So I would say things are pretty controlled around here. Okay, the impact on tourism. The airports closed on March 20, and the borders with Spain are closed at least until June 15. But the airlines are already start flying after May 18. We are starting having the first flights, and the international airlines out of Europe will be flying also after July. So we expect to have a pretty new normal situation with airlines in August, September. All tour operators and travel agents are in layoff, or at least working from home. However, there are still, they believe that we still can do some business in the summer. Let's talk about it. So, first, flights. Qatar, Emirates, Turkish, which are some of the most important companies for Thailand, will start operating on July. Lufthansa, British Airways, KLM, and Air France are already flying. A lot of strict rules are being done, and of course that is not very comfortable, but things are going on, and we believe that there will be some international tourism. Not much. Most people will travel in Portugal, but some people are still contacting us in order to travel this year abroad. The bad news is that our economic situation is a disaster. So we expect a GDP to be minus 10% this year, exactly like Italy. The unemployment will grow from 6.5% to 13%. The public debt was already very high and will be much higher, 135%. Most of the country is in layoffs, receiving only 2/3 of the salary, and a lot of frequent travelers will have no money to travel. So that's really a very bad news in economic terms. Another bad news is the fear of contamination. People are still very frightened, and they are frightened of airports, they are frightened of flying in planes, they are frightened to go to hotels. They are frightened of restaurants, and they are frightened of crowded places. And also people don't like too much constraints. So quarantines, controlling borders, masks in restaurants, that is really something that feels people very uncomfortable to travel. However, we have some good news. And the good news are that Thailand's image was not badly damaged due to COVID-19 in Portugal. So we see Thailand as a safe country to travel. And we also believe that travelers will avoid to travel to Europe and America, and they will most probably choose Asia. Although we have to travel 14 hours, I think they will feel safe in Asia than in Europe or in America. We are strongly promoting non-massive destinations in Thailand, so people can feel they can have a normal life there. Portuguese Trade is responding well to our webinars and online training courses, which mean they intend to keep selling Thailand. And consumers are also showing their interest in Thailand through social media, online contests, and even direct contacts with our office. We still have a lot of people calling to know if they can travel in August, if they can travel in September. Which will be our potential growth segments? I believe honeymooners, green tourists, and high-end markets will be our potential segments. Honeymooners have been, Thailand has been the first market for honeymooners for many, many years, and I think we'll keep it. Green tourists will be a new market that will stop being a niche market and will start being one of the main markets. And also high-end women, we are promoting it because we feel that 60% of our followers on social media are women, and especially high-end women. So these are the markets we are focused on. So what we expect for this year? We expect a drop of 50%, but we expect to recover 20% next year, at least. More green tourism, more new destination, and less crowded tourism. People will look for smaller hotels, will look for smaller villages, will look for local communities, and also for luxury markets. Let me compare you with our main competitors. Our main competitor is Brazil, but Brazil is dropping and will drop a lot this year. So we might get a little share of market of Brazil. Morocco is still a very strong competitor because it's an exotic country. We have a lot of direct flights to Morocco. It's close by and was not too much damage with the COVID-19. And also Cabo Verde, which is a Portuguese former colony, will be a strong competitor because they didn't have any problems with the COVID. I know from the trade that Maldives is also being sold this year. So I would say that Brazil not anymore, but Morocco, Cabo Verde, and Maldives are going to be our next main competitors. So what does Thailand has better than competitors? The people are nicer, very exotic, and we really like them. You have a multi-product. Most of our competitors just have beach and sun, but we have culture, we have green tourism, in Thailand we have everything. Also the services, the hotels are best in Thailand, the shopping, the spas, the food. Most of our competitors are all inclusive, so they are not so exclusive, and we can not so much for high-end market, we can get better services in Thailand. Of course, our pain in the ass is that we don't have direct flights. So it's a 14-hour flight, so our competitors all win in this item. But the image of perception of Thailand is very good because we were not too affected with the COVID-19. Thailand is considered a safe country to travel and value for money. I would say that, of course, safety is a key issue, but to travel this year, price is also a key issue. People will tend to travel inside our country, but if they have a very good opportunity in price for Thailand, they'll probably choose the destination. So which are the destinations that we are working on? Not so much on the traditional or the destination like Phuket, Samui, Chiang Mai, or Chiang Rai. We are working more on emerging destinations like Ayutthaya, Kanchanaburi, Koh Samet, Koh Kood, Koh Chang, and also more recently Khao Lak, Khao Sok, Koh Lanta, Koh Yao, Nan, and Prai. And we will focus on high spenders. Okay, our objectives right now is to maintain Thailand as the #1 destination in Asia, brand Thailand as one of the safest countries to travel in the world, and recover the figures of 3,000 travelers per month after October. We will target the trade because we feel that from now on, a lot of people that travel with direct reservations, they had a lot of problems getting their money back when they cancel. So in the future, at least for a while, I think a lot of people will move from traveling through direct or from organizing direct trips. They will prefer to travel with the trade because they feel more safe and they know that they will get their money back. So we will work very hard with the trade, with high spenders, with sophisticated women, honeymooners, influencers, and celebrities. I'm not going to talk too much on strategy because my colleagues did already. I will just ask you to take notes on 2 key messages. We have to focus on safety. We have to focus on price if we want to get some clients this year. For next year, maybe price is not such a key issue, but for this year, we do have to focus on price. Okay, Some tips. What are we doing with local trade at the moment? Until October, we are doing webinars focused on the new destinations. We are doing online training courses, and a lot of the travel agents are doing online training courses because they are working from home and they are taking the opportunity to get more training. So it's working very well. We are providing films for sales calls. We are maintaining regular contacts in order to show that Thailand is active in the market and follow trade evolution. And we are in permanent contact with airlines to see how much they are selling and to reinforce the importance of Thailand. Okay, after October, we will change from online because everybody will be very tired from online to presential meetings and presential presentations. We will do road shows. We will do joint advertising campaigns on TV, online and radio. And we will support fairs, especially an online fair that is being organized for a near future. So our key message is Thailand is safe. Thailand is prepared to welcome again. Tips for hotels. So you follow SHA certificate. Both my colleagues have talked about it, but this is very important for the Portuguese market. We like stamps. We like to know that people are being in control in what concerns health. Provide information about your certification that is easy to understand and that guarantees security. Provide promotional prices until December. Price is a key factor this summer. Reorganize space in order to maintain social distance. Provide extra offers such as Thai massage, sustainability, visits to local communities, cooking classes, bike tours. People need to get ahead of their confined and want to be to feel that people want to take care of them. Include sustainability experiences to make people feel alive again. Provide information about local activity, incentive green and sustainable tourism. About with the DMCs, one very important thing is to prepare guides to social distance programs. They are essential to make people feel safe, so it's very important that they get training. Offer new routes with new destinations. I know that, of course, you are always very focused on Bangkok, Phuket, Krabi, Chiang Mai, and Chiang Rai, but at this stage, we need you to offer new destination. Explore offers nearby Bangkok to avoid extra flights. Avoid offers with too many flights and mass tourism destinations. Include healthy experience in your packages. Come to Portugal and visit our tour operators and chain of travel agents, discuss their needs and prepare new packages. Prepare surveys to send to Portuguese trade in order to understand their needs. Offer Portuguese heritage. It is very important, this issue. Portuguese heritage is a key issue for the Portuguese tourism, and it's very important that you can include Portuguese heritage in your programs. And also the DMCs should show they follow the SHA certificate. Okay, some tips to luxury market. Invite celebrities, invite sophisticated women, show you follow the certification. And also for high-end and middle high-end markets, we are inviting medical staff for green tourism experiences, organize TV shootings in new destinations, support golf contests with final trips to play golf in Thailand, promote green tourism through radio, and show also you follow SHA certificate. So this is the kind of programs that TAT will need your support. Of course, I know you need our support, but we also need your support to develop all these activity. And once again, Thailand is safe, Thailand is prepared to welcome again, will be our key message. Challenges. Okay, the big challenge we have at the moment, the flights. When will we be able to fly in regular basis? We believe it will be in August, September, but of course we are not still sure. At what prices? Are the prices being very high? It is important that Thailand and also TAT speak with the airline companies in order to provide competitive prices. In what conditions will be flying? The trips cannot be too heavy. If people have too many controls, they will not feel comfortable flying. How can we feel safe at the airports? How can we pass the control and borders and customs without losing many times and having too much constraints? Also, another challenge are hotels and restaurants. Of course, I think in the near future, we will avoid big hotels where with too much control. And please remember, people are in holidays and they want to be relaxed. They don't want to be too much pushed. And also the other challenge is the touristic attraction. Fix a maximum number of entrances in the tourist attractions. Reorganize visits in order to facilitate social distance. Have the SHA certification and train guides to make travelers feel in holidays. Thank you very much. I tried to be a little quicker than my colleagues, and I hope I'm ready for your questions. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for all the speakers for a very insightful information. And just a little reminder, if you have any questions and haven't submitted yet, you can do so by clicking the icon on the left-hand side for a Q&A. Or if you're watching from a smartphone or tablets, the icon will be on the top of the screen. Before we go to the Q&A session, allow me to wrap up some of the key highlights of the information of those speakers. There are a lot of information to recap or highlight, so bear with me. For the TAT Rome, who is taking care of 3 markets today, which is Italy, Spain, and Portugal, the tourist arrival of those 3 markets was pretty good. And the average growth of from 2013 to 19 was, for Italy, it was 4.4% plus. And for Spain, it's like plus 6.8%. And for Portugal, plus 9.8%. And as many of you have known that COVID-19 has hit really hard in the area. And so TAT Rome has been working on slow down and also postpone our marketing campaigns, but we still keep people engaged by social media during the lockdown period. Moving on to Italy market. So in 2019, Thailand received around 272,000 because of the strong Thai baht. That might increase the number of tourism arrival, decrease a little bit. But for 2020 of the Q1, the forward booking was plus 11%. For the forecast to be back to normal, they think that the market will be back to normal during the summer of 2021. So now the country has declined the lockdown already, and the flight from Qatar Airways, Etihad, and Emirates tend to be ready to operate from Rome and Italy, from Rome and Milan. And the challenges is for the Thai Airways that we still pending whether they will be resume the flight from Italy market or not. And for the consumer behavior, it has been shifted a little bit that they're more concerned on the price and safety and more responsible way of travel. For the products that they are looking for CBT, beaches, local and less crowded places, rediscover the crowded places again, such as Phuket, Samui, and also the boutique hotels might be something that they are looking for. It's the strategy to attract them is concerned about the price, safety, booking, and insurance flexibility. And also the target segment that TAT Italy has to focus on for Italy market is LGBT, honeymoons, and also sport, especially golf. For the strategies to recover the market, so we are doing the online campaign and also cooperate with the online airline partners and also local tour operators and travel agents. So make sure that when the market is be ready, then we are ready to be on track again. So let's moving on to Spain market. So on the 2019, we received around 189,000 tourism arrival from Spain. So it's a plus around 4%. So the key destination, Thailand is still be a key destination for honeymooners and also number one in the East, including the Middle East and Asia. And the border of Spain will be reopened again around July, early July. And right now the flight from the Middle East airlines such as Qatar Airways and Emirates is already resumed their flights from Spain to other destinations worldwide. For the target segment that Spanish market has been considered are honeymoons, gray hair, double income with no kids, LGBT, and young travelers. And they're looking for a slow life and local travel, health and wellness, sport and outdoor activities such as diving and sailing. And also a luxury pool villa can be a consideration as well. For the destination, it has to be the same as before, such as Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai, and also other emerging destinations that has been promoted in the area already, such as Chiang Rai, Nan, Sukhothai, and Nakhon Si Thammarat. For potential competitors, of course, Spain can be a domestic travel competitors among us, and also Europe, USA, Caribbean, Latin America. And for the Asia, our competitor can be Vietnam and China. For the strategy to recover the market, so TAT, our marketing representative has been doing the consumers competition in July, and also the social media to strengthen Thailand, amazing Thailand brand image. For the tips that Kun Alejandro has been mentioned, 2 points to focus on is to Deals Hunter, that which will be a group of people who are looking for a trip less than 2,000 euro per head. And also the second group will be affordable luxury, which is the package around 2,000 to 5,000 euro per person, and 5,000 to 10,000. So some of the key highlights here is Spanish will be reopened in June and we will start to trade right away. That means if you're a tour operators and also the DMC, you can get ready for that. Once the market is open, then they are ready to sell. And also, just like the other markets, that the domestic can be the thing that, it comes back first in the market. And also, there might be a change for a vacation from autumn. Instead of summer, they move it into autumn or winter instead. And also, they will predict that the market will resume to normal around Q3 and 4 in 2021. So the tips for the tour operators and also travel agents, communication is the key that can be strengthened, the partner and also the relationship and also the brand awareness. For the FIT sales, upselling, cross-selling can be a strategy, mobile phone friendly, and also creating an interesting content can also bring the interest of the tourists, and also free voucher for competitions and also influencers marketing can help a lot as well. And last market, our protocol market. So Thailand, the image of Thailand can be a beach destination and value for money for protocol market. And once the border are open, people will start resume traveling the trip into Asia and to avoid Europe and America. For the segmentation that has been considered for protocol market is honeymooners, green tourism, and also high-end women and spenders. So the destination still be the same, such as Bangkok, Phuket, Samui, but our team in Portugal is trying to expand more market into other emerging destinations such as Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Khao Lak, Khao Sok, Phrae, Nan, and also for the strategies to recover the market. So we are planning to maintain Thailand as the #1 destination in Asia, and also to promote safety and hygiene, as the Thailand is a safe place to travel. Some tips for the hotels and also for DMC. Promotional price can be attract people to come back to Thailand and provide excursion or maybe a local activities that can be more interesting. And also for DMC, a quality tour guide and also social distancing, hygiene, and also safety will helps a lot to bring the image of Thailand. So all in the 3 markets that has been consideration, safety and SHA policy that has been promoting in Amazing Thailand will help your business a lot to bring back the tourists to Thailand and also to your business as well. So I think it's now for the Q&A session. Let's bring back all the speakers to be up in the screen. Okay, we have all the speakers here. Let's move on to the first question. Could you please tell us about the new norm in terms of tourist behavior in each market? I think we've already said this, but can you repeat it again? Maybe begins with Kun Alejandro.
Yes, of course. I mean, it was on the presentation. We are de-escalating. We are learning how to live outdoors. Of course, like in most of the countries, we need to keep like 2-meter distance. We need to wear the masks. But the important thing is the spirit of the people. They want to travel this summer. They want to travel in autumn. They want to travel in December. Now the question is, okay, when borders will be open, how we will fly, which airlines we will fly in, and also that the trade is opening next week until the 15th of July. So I'm sure that in 2 or 3 weeks, we will be able to answer this question in much more detail. Thank you, Kat.
Okay. Kun Sandro and Kun Rosario, you have anything to add on?
Yes. Okay, you speak first, Sandro.
No, go first. Lady first, always.
Sorry?
Lady first.
Lady first.
Okay. So the new normal for us will be first green tourism. Second, probably people will look to travel through trade more than to do direct flights. That's if I have to add something to what Alejandro said, it's just these 2 things. I think people will travel more through trade. And the second thing is they will look for a green tourism destination.
I think this is quite important question. I believe that we have to continue this question for the next month with the bookings that already not here. And
can you repeat it again, Kun Sandro?
This question for the next time. I think on the presentation, this time is 1 month. So, the people they make is not holiday. At this time, if we're going to be back again about the second wave or not.
So I think maybe we face a little bad connection here, but just to summarize Kun Rosario and Kun Alejandro. So I think the new normal might be something like sustainable and also more like a green tourism. But overall, is we have to wait and see the situation about this accessibility when the country of both sides, like original country and also the destination country, will be open. So let's move on to the next question. Where would be the top destination in Thailand for Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese? I think we already covered with this answer, but who wants to start? Maybe Kun Rosario.
Okay. The top destinations we are working on is Khao Sok, Khao Lak, Koh Lanta in the south, and in the north, Nan and Pre.
So it will be like emerging destinations.
Yes.
Okay, for the Portugal market. And what about Kun Alejandro? Is it the same for you?
In Spain, we will do both. We will do the classics because the nature is back and the customers will witness Krabi, Phuket, Phi Phi, Samui like 20 years ago. Also, these destinations, they have a bigger industry. So they will be able to adapt very easily and to provide also good value for money and new strategies. For the new ones, also, in the last 2 years, we've been able to include Sukhothai, places like Nang, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Kanom. So we will have 2 lines of destinations, the new gems, the new destinations, and of course, the classics.
I see. So we can say that, you know, both beaches destination and also the destination up north of Thailand can be the target for the market.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
all outdoors, beaches, wellness, local, rural, that will be it.
So there must be a variety of the product promoting in the market.
Correct, yes.
Okay, let's move on to the third question. How serious of the traveler concerning with COVID prevention measure if they can traveling outbound? They prioritize a room price or safety?
I think they prioritize safety. But if we want to sell trips this year, we have also to take care on the price.
Yeah, I think Kun Rosario has already mentioned that if it's within the 2020, it has to be the price. But then if we move on to 2021, it has to be safety first. But then I think for the rest of the market, it has to be safety, right?
Well, I think we should not become a low-cost destination. We need to be able to have the highest safety standards, but we need to have clever promotion strategies, adding value, upgrading, cross-selling, and providing an offer better than other competitors. Because we will see in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, everybody coming to the market at the same time, and many people are going to do like low-cost price. That also affects to the image. So we need a balance. Value for money is better than low cost.
Okay. Yeah, that is a balance and be flexible. And also, yeah, we have to think cautiously about the price and safety in balance. Let's move on to the next question. Which channel hotels can do marketing to attract high spenders? LGBT golfer agencies, hotel direct website, or any special website, social media? Let me repeat it again. So which channel hotels can do marketing to attract high spenders, LGBT golf agencies, hotel direct website, or any special website, social media? Who wants to go?
Sorry, but I had some trouble with my laptop. I don't know why. Anyway, yes.
Welcome back, Kun Sandro.
Yes, thank you, thank you very much. And Actually, we are at your disposal. Okay, please use us. Please use TAT Rome. Please use our contact. Because we are here, we know the market, and we are ready to help you to get in contact with the right channel on Italian country. Okay? We know how to deal with the LGBT market. How to get in contact with a much more stronger channel about LGBT, golfer, and OTA, travel agents, tour operators, for sales calls. So please use us as much as possible in order to get in contact with the right key players on Italian market.
Okay. Is it the same as the rest of you, Kun Alejandro and Kun Rosario?
Yes, I think so. I agree. I also think it's very important the Hotel Direct website, because everybody in Portugal, in the trade or in the consumers, they always look for Hotel Direct contacts. But of course, I think you can also use us, because I think we can be your main supporter in our countries.
Yeah, in Spain, I think they have to go both ways. I mean, in a few weeks, the tour operators, the trade, will be willing, and they need to recover this lockdown. They need to sell, and they will be great partners, because the hotels in Thailand, they need to sell, and the trade here, and many people are going to go back to traditional agencies. Nevertheless, the top booking engines, the quality social media, the paid investment in social media, as Sandro said before, and also the special channels for different segments. So it's true. It's better that they contact us, they will send us an email, and we can specify much better with more time.
Okay, thank you. That was good to hear that, all of us were ready to help our Thai private sectors. So it seems like the time is running up, and we have a few more questions in the line. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, so what is the 3 countries' attitude towards all-inclusive package? Do they like it, or they prefer to book everything separately?
Okay.
Well,
Rosario, please.
Okay. In Portugal, all-inclusive packages are given mostly for the Caribbean islands, and people are used to buy it to go to the Caribbean islands. But I don't think they are willing to do it in Thailand, because all-inclusive packages are not always very high standard packages. And in Thailand, we look for a little more. And we also look to have close contacts with restaurants, street foods, and all that. So in Thailand, I don't think all-inclusive packages are very important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kun Sandro?
I can confirm what Rosario said. So we cannot consider at the moment all-inclusive for a Thailand destination, especially also because all-inclusive means stay together. Okay. Now this is the period, the moment where people they want to stay alone.
Yes.
We still have a lot of communication about social distance, 1-2 meters. Not to stay together. So we can probably start to reconsider all-inclusive package in 2-3 years' time, but not at the moment, because people they want to stay individually and not together with other people.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to add. I agree. I wouldn't consider the all-inclusive model in the Caribbean, because that's massive, and as Sandro said, it's people being together all the time. But there is a mixed model. For example, what they do in Maldives or Mauritius. You can have your regular booking, or you can get more value for money if you get a kind of all-inclusive package that you have access to champagne, to premium drinks, to added value. That model they do in the Maldives or in Mauritius, and it's for real high-end, it's something that could make sense in this period. but not the Caribbean model in terms of massive and all clients on all-inclusive basis. I'm talking about top quality the hotels that could offer more than one basis or the traditional basis. They could upgrade to some kind of package, but it has to be well done, very well.
I see. Thank you for the answer. One last question for this session. Sorry if we cannot answer all the questions. Okay, so last question is that TAT organizing a support frontline medical staff travel discount with value add program? Is TAT organizing a support frontline medical staff travel discount with value add program?
Well, I think headquarters is working on something like that. Also, in Spain, for example, we have seen already many campaigns addressed to the medical staff, and not all were successful because some of them, they look like opportunistic. So something like this makes sense, but should have a lot of tightness.
Okay.
So yeah, I can answer on behalf of all our team that the medical frontline program, we in market will do the something to make a package with the tour operator, with the hospital. But in the meantime, for the package in Thailand, meaning the discount and the negotiation with the supplier in Thailand, the headquarter will help us in this kind of things. So confirm that both way in market here and in headquarter will help each other to create the branding of Thailand.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think that we conclude everything for today. That was all for TAT Rome on the topic of Spain, Italy, and also Portugal market. And thanks for the audience for joining us today, for watching us. And also, if you would like to watch us again, you can do so by using the same link and access code. And also, if you would like to download our presentation from our speakers, you can do so by using the same link. We will upload it in the website maybe tomorrow. And also thanks for all the speakers who's being here with us today and for a very insightful information. And just for the reminder for TAT Rome that we have another session about Israel and Turkey market on 29th of May. So make sure you register for the event as well. And for tomorrow, let's meet up with TAT webinar once again under the topic of expectation from Southern African travelers post-COVID-19 by TAT London. And also one last thing to remind, if you have any questions or if you want any assistance from our TAT Rome staff, you can contact us by the following contacts that has been shown on the screen. So for today, thank you and สวัสดีค่ะ